Hello! Welcome to Adventures in TV Land. For today's adventure, I've come to Otterville, Illinois to check out the Hamilton Primary School, the very first integrated public school in the United States. All right, this historical marker reads Hamilton Primary School. In 1834, Dr. Silas Hamilton, physician and humanitarian, bequeathed $4,000 for construction and operation of a building for educational and religious purposes. A stone schoolhouse was opened in 1836, and the tuition-free education for local students attracted families to this area. The school was razed in 1872, rebuilt, and enlarged with the original stones at the base. Classes were held here until 1971. George Washington, a slave freed by Dr. Hamilton, studied here, became successful, and established a perpetual scholarship fund for Americans of African descent. He also provided for the erection of a monument to his former master. Here is that monument here to Dr. Hamilton, erected by George Washington, born in Virginia, a slave, died at Otterville, Illinois, April 18th, 1864, a Christian free man. This bottom section, to the memory of Dr. Silas Hamilton, his former master, born in Tinmouth, Vermont, May 19th, 1775, died at Otterville, Illinois, November 19th, 1934, having in his lifetime given freedom to 28 slaves, and at his death bequeathed $4,000 for the erection and endowment of Hamilton Primary School. It's hard to believe this monument is almost 200 years old. Now here is the original school bell to the school. When the school was torn down and rebuilt, this was the school bell that was in it. It reads original bell from Hamilton Memorial School in loving memory. It's got the name of the family there. And here is the school bell from 1872 until 1971. This bell was found in the bus barn of another local school district, and it was given back to the Historical Society here in Otterville. Now, the short story of Hamilton Primary School is that the school was built after Dr. Silas Hamilton passed away, and he had basically a former slave and an adopted son. George Washington was the gentleman's name. At that time he was a boy. He had this school built so there would be a school in the community, and then the second level so churches could be there. And George Washington, Dr. Hamilton's basically adopted son, he couldn't officially adopt him because of the race barrier, but anyway, he attended the school there, and it was built in 1836. The first integrated primary school in the United States. Let's go take a look inside. There's the second floor right up there. Down this hallway here, they've got various t-shirts hanging about Otterville and the Hamilton Primary School, as well as photos on the wall. Photos. And here's a little cubby hole. It's a cabinet with merchandise that can be purchased to support the school and the Historical Society. Guest book there. That's where the restrooms are. Now here's a look inside one of the two classrooms. Several display cases there. Photos and things on the walls. Should be noted all these materials were donated as everything was stripped from the school when they closed it. There is where the string was, the pull the school bell. This reads Hamilton Primary School, designated as one of Illinois' 10 most endangered historic places, 2014. It's one of the most endangered historic places in the state of Illinois. It's pretty sad. Need to help support this place. Here is a view, a look at the other classroom downstairs here. Got several display cases, and they, instead of pews, they've got desks set up like the old desk in the regular schoolhouse was set up. Lots of photos and mementos from the old school. Here's an angle looking at it from a different point of view. And that is an old-time stove. Look at that sucker. Now, I bet a lot of people out there probably aren't familiar with this item here on the wall. I was. They were around when I was in school, and they were a lot thicker and heavier as well. Here on this bench is painted a picture of the school as well as the monument to Dr. Hamilton. It's on the side of the school there. It's a very pretty painting. And on the wall, a certificate designating this as a National Register of Historic Places. Now this bench comes from the original school building. According to the markings here, this bench is one of the few items, that old building. This bench is from about 1834. It was in the 1836 school. It's amazing. We have a look here upstairs. I come up the stairs there, and this is kind of the hallway around the stairs there. There's a couple of smaller side rooms there where they've got storage. There's a classroom over there, but there's activity going on there right now, so you can't really go in there. Here's another side room there with storage. And here is, now originally this is upstairs. It's set up as a classroom, but this room was intended to be a church when the building was first built. All right, we're going to have a look down into the basement now. So we'll go through the side door, and here is the basement.
So this is, we're getting ready for that. So this is where we have the bake off. This is where we had lunch at when we went to school here. This is where we had lunch. We're trying to get it back to where it was whenever it was school. The school.
Now, across the road there is the Hamilton Primary School, but just across from there is this small cemetery. This is where Dr. Hamilton and George Washington are buried. They were buried together, or next to each other, side by side. And it is the people in the Historical Society told me, as far as they know, it is the only place in the country where a former master is buried next to his former slave. Airline master and former slave, side by side under heaven, one family. George Washington and Dr. Silas Hamilton.
Well, this has been another adventure in TV land where we visited the historic Hamilton Primary School in Otterville, Illinois. If you've liked this video, hit the like button. If you disliked, hit the dislike button. Subscribe to my channel for further content and ring that bell for email notifications. And if there's someplace that you would like to see me visit, leave a comment in the comment section. And if you've enjoyed this adventure, or any of the adventures in TV land, you can help support this channel by going to either Buy Me a Coffee or Patreon and becoming a member or making a donation at either one of those two places. Thank you for watching. Until next time, that's a wrap.